In the vast expanse of the galaxy, there existed an ancient order known as the Celestial Knights. These knights were guardians of peace and justice, wielding the power of the celestial crystals, which granted them extraordinary abilities. For centuries, they maintained balance until a great betrayal fractured their ranks. Chapter 1. The Last Hope. Amidst the ruins of their once glorious citadel, a young orphan named Kale discovers an ancient holocron left behind by the last of the Celestial Knights. The holocron reveals a prophecy foretelling the rise of a new champion who will restore peace to the galaxy. Determined to fulfill this destiny, Kale sets out on a journey to find the scattered remnants of the celestial crystals. Chapter 2. The Rise of Darkness. Unbeknownst to Kale, a dark presence known as Lord Malthian seeks to harness the power of the celestial crystals for his own malevolent ambitions. With his armies of shadow warriors, Malthian hunts down those who still possess fragments of the crystals, leaving destruction in his wake. Chapter 3. Allies and Adversaries. Along his journey, Kale encounters a diverse group of allies: a wise and skilled former celestial knight, a daring space pirate with a heart of gold, and a gifted mechanic with a knack for fixing ancient technology. Together, they form an unlikely alliance to thwart Lord Malthian's plans and protect the galaxy from his tyranny. Chapter 4. Trials and Revelations. As Kale and his allies gather more fragments of the celestial crystals, they undergo trials that test their resolve and unlock new powers within them. Through these trials, Kale learns about the true history of the Celestial Knights, their connection to the force-like energy that binds the universe, and the nature of his own lineage. Chapter 5. Confrontation. The final confrontation between Kale and Lord Malthian takes place on the desolate world where the Celestial Knights were first born. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, Kale taps into the full potential of the celestial crystals, channeling their energy to face Malthian in a climactic duel of lights and shadows. Chapter 6. Balance Restored. In the aftermath of the battle, Kale emerges victorious, but deeply changed by the experience. With the guidance of his allies and the wisdom of the Celestial Knight's legacy, he establishes a new order dedicated to preserving peace and justice in the galaxy. The celestial crystals are entrusted to their care, ensuring that their power will never again be misused. Epilogue. A New Beginning. As Kale looks out upon the stars from the rebuilt citadel of the Celestial Knights, he reflects on the journey that has led him here. With hope in his heart and the lessons of the past guiding his path, he vows to uphold the legacy of the Celestial Knights and protect the galaxy from darkness, knowing that the force-like energy that binds all life will continue to guide him. Chapter 7. Rebuilding and Reconciliation. With the threat of Lord Malthian quelled, Kale and his allies embark on the monumental task of rebuilding the shattered remnants of the Celestial Knights Order. The once-abandoned citadel becomes a beacon of hope once more, drawing in new recruits and allies from across the galaxy who are inspired by Kale's courage and determination. Among the new recruits is Alia, a talented young warrior with a mysterious connection to the celestial crystals. She quickly proves herself invaluable to the cause, mastering the ancient techniques of the Celestial Knights with ease and earning the respect of her fellow knights in training. As Kale oversees the training of the new recruits, he also works tirelessly to forge alliances with neighboring systems and factions that were once wary of the Celestial Knights' return. With diplomacy and tact, he begins to mend old wounds and foster a spirit of unity among the diverse peoples of the galaxy. Chapter 8. Shadows of the Past. However, amidst the celebrations and rebuilding efforts, whispers of a new threat begin to emerge. Rumors spread of remnants of Lord Malthian's forces regrouping in the darkest corners of the galaxy, plotting their revenge and seeking to reclaim the power of the celestial crystals for themselves. Kale, sensing the lingering darkness, knows that the battle for peace is far from over. He delves deeper into the ancient archives of the Celestial Knights, seeking wisdom and guidance from the experiences of those who came before him. It becomes clear that while they have won a crucial battle, the war against darkness is eternal, requiring constant vigilance and unwavering resolve. Chapter 9. The Trials of Leadership. As Kale grapples with the responsibilities of leadership, he faces internal struggles as well. The weight of his newfound role as the guardian of the celestial crystals weighs heavily on his shoulders, and doubts begin to gnaw at his resolve. Alya, sensing his inner turmoil, offers her unwavering support and encouragement, reminding him of the prophecy and his destiny to bring balance to the galaxy. Together, Kale and Alya delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding the celestial crystals, uncovering ancient prophecies and hidden truths that shed light on their true purpose. They learn that the crystals are not merely sources of power, but conduits of harmony that connect all living beings in the galaxy. Chapter 10. The Gathering Storm. As tensions escalate and old enemies resurface, Kale and his allies prepare for the inevitable clash with Lord Malthian's forces. The Celestial Knights stand united, their resolve hardened by the trials they have endured and the bonds of friendship and camaraderie forged along the way. The stage is set for a final showdown that will determine the fate of the galaxy once and for all. Kale knows that the outcome of this battle will shape the future of the Celestial Knights and the destiny of all who call the galaxy their home. Chapter 11. Redemption and Sacrifice. In the midst of the chaotic battle, unexpected alliances are formed and old grudges are set aside in the face of a common enemy. As Kale confronts Lord Malthian in a climactic duel, the true power of the celestial crystals is unleashed in a dazzling display of light and energy. In a moment of clarity, Lord Malthian realizes the folly of his ambitions and the devastation he has wrought upon the galaxy. With his last breath, he relinquishes his grip on darkness, embracing redemption and sacrificing himself to restore balance to the force-like energy that permeates the universe. Chapter 12. A New Dawn. With Lord Malthian defeated and his forces scattered, peace once again returns to the galaxy. Kale and Alya stand together on the steps of the rebuilt citadel, gazing out at the stars with a sense of hope and optimism for the future. The Celestial Knights, now stronger and more united than ever, embark on a new chapter in their history. Guided by the lessons of the past and the enduring spirit of the celestial crystals, they vow to protect the galaxy from the shadows that threaten to engulf it and to uphold the values of peace, justice, and harmony for generations to come. As they look to the horizon, Kale and Alya know that their journey is far from over. Together, they will continue to explore the mysteries of the force-like energy and the celestial crystals, forging a path towards a future where the light of hope shines brightly across the stars. Chapter 13. The Legacy Endures. With peace restored to the galaxy, Kale and Alya dedicate themselves to rebuilding not just the physical structures of the Celestial Knights, but also the spiritual and philosophical foundations of their order. They travel across star systems, spreading the teachings of harmony and justice, and recruiting new members who embody the ideals of the Celestial Knights. As the order grows, Kale and Alya face new challenges and adversaries. They encounter remnants of Lord Malthian's followers who still harbor resentment and seek to disrupt the fragile peace. However, with their experience and the support of their fellow knights, they are able to quell these threats and strengthen the bonds of trust and cooperation among the diverse inhabitants of the galaxy. Chapter 14. Guardians of Balance. The Celestial Knights evolve into more than just warriors. They become guardians of balance, mediators in conflicts, and ambassadors of peace. Kale and Alya establish diplomatic relations with planetary governments and interstellar alliances, ensuring that the lessons learned from their struggles are not forgotten. They delve deeper into the mysteries of the celestial crystals, uncovering new facets of their power and their connection to the force-like energy that permeates the universe. Through their studies, they learn to harness the energy in ways that benefit all life forms, promoting healing, prosperity, and understanding. Chapter 15. Trials of Faith. Amidst their successes, Kale and Alya face personal trials that test their faith in themselves and in each other. They confront their fears, doubts, and the lingering shadows of their pasts. Yet, through these challenges, their bond grows stronger, anchored by mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision for the future. Chapter 16. The Rise of a New Threat. Just as the galaxy begins to flourish under the guidance of the Celestial Knights, a new threat emerges from the depths of unknown space. A mysterious force, wielding dark energies unlike anything seen before, begins to destabilize planets and sow discord among civilizations. Kale senses a disturbance in the force-like energy and knows that their greatest challenge yet lies ahead. With Alia by his side and the support of their fellow knights, they embark on a perilous journey to uncover the origins of this new threat and to find a way to confront it before it consumes everything they have worked so hard to build. Chapter 17. Alliance of Light. In their quest, Kale and Alia seek out allies from all corners of the galaxy. They unite with old friends and forge new alliances, pooling their knowledge and resources to confront the encroaching darkness. Together, they form an alliance of light, dedicated to protecting the galaxy from this ominous new adversary. Chapter 18. The Final Battle. As tensions escalate and the Alliance of Light prepares for the ultimate confrontation, Kale and Alia delve deep into ancient prophecies and forgotten lore. They uncover secrets that challenge their understanding of the force-like energy and its role in shaping the destiny of the galaxy. In a climactic battle that spans across star systems, the Alliance of Light faces off against the Dark Force, wielding the power of the celestial crystals in a dazzling display of light and shadow. The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance as Kale and Alia lead their allies with courage and determination. Chapter 19. Unity and Sacrifice. Through unity and sacrifice, the Alliance of Light emerges victorious against overwhelming odds. Kale confronts the Dark Force in a final duel that tests his strength, resolve, and belief in the power of harmony and justice. With Alia's support and the combined efforts of their allies, they strike a decisive blow against the darkness, banishing it from the galaxy once and for all. Chapter 20. A New Era. With peace restored once more, Kale and Alia stand before the assembled peoples of the galaxy as symbols of hope and unity. They reaffirm their commitment to upholding the values of the Celestial Knights and vow to continue their mission of safeguarding the harmony of the force-like energy and protecting all life forms. The Celestial Knights enter a new era of prosperity and cooperation, guided by the lessons of their past and the promise of a brighter future. As they gaze out upon the starlit horizon, they know that their journey is far from over, but they face the challenges ahead with optimism, courage, and an unwavering belief in the power of the light. Chapter 21. Rebuilding and Reconciliation. In the aftermath of the final battle, the galaxy begins the arduous process of rebuilding. Planets ravaged by the conflict receive aid from the Alliance of Light, as Kale and Alia lead efforts to restore infrastructure and heal wounds that run deep in the fabric of societies. The Celestial Knights, now recognized as guardians of peace and harmony, play a pivotal role in these efforts, using their knowledge of the force-like energy to aid in reconstruction and reconciliation. Amidst the physical rebuilding, Kale and Alia focus on fostering unity among the diverse factions and species of the galaxy. They organize diplomatic summits and cultural exchanges, encouraging dialogue and understanding between former enemies. Slowly but surely, old animosities give way to newfound alliances and partnerships, laying the groundwork for a more interconnected and resilient galaxy. Chapter 22. Guardians of the Force-like Energy. As the galaxy stabilizes, Kale and Alia turn their attention to exploring the deeper mysteries of the force-like energy and the celestial crystals. They establish academies and research centers across key planets, where scholars and adepts study the nature of this energy and its connection to all life. Through their discoveries, they uncover ancient texts and artifacts that reveal the existence of other realms and dimensions influenced by the force-like energy, opening new avenues of exploration and understanding. The Celestial Knights, now expanded in numbers and diversity, train in the ways of harmony and balance. They learn to harness the power of the celestial crystals not just for combat, but also for healing, enlightenment, and communion with the force-like energy. Kale and Alia impart their wisdom to the next generation of knights, instilling in them the values of compassion, justice, and respect for life. Chapter 23. Shadows of the Past. However, amidst the era of reconstruction and discovery, remnants of the dark force that threatened the galaxy in previous conflicts begin to stir once more. Reports trickle in of isolated incidents where the force-like energy behaves erratically, causing disturbances and anomalies across distant star systems. Kale senses a familiar darkness lingering on the fringes of perception, a sign that their victory may have been temporary. With Alia by his side, Kale delves into ancient archives and consults with wise elders who have witnessed the ebb and flow of the force-like energy over millennia. They uncover prophecies and warnings of a cyclical nature to the struggle between light and darkness, suggesting that their recent triumph was but a brief respite in an eternal cosmic conflict. Chapter 24. The Quest for Balance. Driven by a sense of urgency, Kale and Alya embark on a quest to uncover the origins of the dark force's resurgence and find a lasting solution to maintain balance in the force-like energy. They travel to remote corners of the galaxy, seeking out ancient monasteries and hidden sanctuaries where mystics and sages have guarded secrets passed down through generations. In their journey, they encounter allies from unexpected places, alien species with unique perspectives on the force-like energy, renegade scholars who challenge conventional wisdom, and even former adversaries who seek redemption for past misdeeds. Together, they piece together fragments of lore and ancient artifacts that hold clues to understanding the true nature of the cosmic energies that shape their universe. Chapter 25. The Final Confrontation. The trail leads Kale and Alya to the heart of a forgotten star system, where they confront the source of the dark force's resurgence, a being of immense power, corrupted by centuries of isolation and bitterness. In a climactic battle that spans across dimensions influenced by the force-like energy, Kale and Alya draw upon their deepest reserves of strength and wisdom, wielding the celestial crystals in a symphony of light and harmony. As the battle reaches its crescendo, they realize that defeating this ancient adversary requires not just martial prowess, but also empathy and understanding. With compassion in their hearts, they reach out to the corrupted being, offering a chance at redemption and a path towards healing. In a moment of clarity, the being relinquishes its grip on darkness, embracing the light of forgiveness and renewal. Chapter 26. A New Dawn. With balance restored once more, Kale and Alya return to the rebuilt citadel of the Celestial Knights, where they celebrate their victory with their fellow knights and allies. They reflect on the lessons learned from their journey, the importance of unity, the power of forgiveness, and the eternal quest for harmony in the force-like energy that binds all living things. The galaxy enters a new era of enlightenment and cooperation, guided by the teachings of the Celestial Knights and their ongoing exploration of the force-like energy. Kale and Alya, now revered as legends among their peers, continue their role as stewards of peace and guardians of balance, knowing that the cosmic forces they manipulate are but reflections of the choices made by sentient beings. As they gaze out upon the stars, Kale and Alya are filled with hope for the future, a future where the lessons of their journey endure, and where the light of compassion and understanding shines brightly across the vast expanse of the galaxy. Chapter 27. Guardians of Harmony. In the aftermath of their final confrontation with the ancient adversary, Kale and Alya dedicate themselves anew to the principles of the Celestial Knights, protecting harmony in the force-like energy and fostering peace across the galaxy. They establish councils of scholars and diplomats who work tirelessly to integrate the newfound knowledge about cosmic energies into everyday life, promoting understanding and cooperation among all species. The Celestial Knights expand their reach, establishing outposts on key worlds and forming alliances with planetary governments and interstellar organizations. Together, they create a network of guardians who monitor and maintain the balance of the force-like energy, ensuring that no new threats arise unchecked. Chapter 28. The Wisdom of Ages. As Kale and Alya delve deeper into their studies of the force-like energy, they uncover ancient texts and artifacts that shed light on the origins of their universe and the interconnectedness of all life. They learn of ancient civilizations that thrived millennia ago, harnessing the power of cosmic energies to achieve feats of technology and spirituality that surpass even the most advanced civilizations of the present era. Guided by the wisdom of these ancient texts, Kale and Alya initiate expeditions to explore the remnants of these lost civilizations. They uncover hidden temples and archives filled with knowledge that has been preserved for generations, waiting to be rediscovered by those who seek to understand the mysteries of the universe. Chapter 29. The Return of Shadows. Despite their efforts to maintain peace and balance, whispers of unrest begin to spread across the galaxy once more. Strange phenomena and disturbances in the force-like energy hint at the presence of a new, insidious threat lurking in the shadows. Kale senses a familiar darkness stirring, threatening to unravel the fragile peace they have worked so hard to achieve. With urgency weighing on their hearts, Kale and Alya assemble a team of seasoned knights and trusted allies to investigate the source of these disturbances. They travel to distant star systems and remote planets, following clues that lead them deeper into the heart of darkness that threatens to engulf the galaxy once more. Chapter 30. The Gathering Storm. As their investigation unfolds, Kale and Alya uncover a conspiracy that spans across star systems and involves powerful factions seeking to exploit the Force-like energy for their own nefarious purposes. They confront shadowy figures who wield forbidden knowledge and ancient artifacts with the potential to tip the balance of power in the galaxy. In a race against time, Kale and Alya must navigate treacherous alliances and deadly traps set by their adversaries. They rely on their wit, courage, and the bonds forged with their allies to uncover the truth and expose the hidden agenda that threatens to plunge the galaxy into chaos once more. Chapter 31. Betrayal and Redemption. As tensions escalate and loyalties are tested, Kale and Alya face their greatest challenge yet, a betrayal from within their own ranks. A trusted knight, swayed by promises of power and revenge, turns against them, leading a faction of disillusioned followers in a bid to seize control of the Celestial Knights and the vast resources they command. Caught off guard by the betrayal, Kale and Alya must confront their former comrade in a heartbreaking battle that tests their belief in the inherent goodness of sentient beings. With heavy hearts, they fight not just to defeat their adversary, but to redeem them and remind them of the values that the Celestial Knights stand for: compassion, justice, and the protection of life. Chapter 32. The Final Stand. In a climactic showdown on the ancient grounds where the Celestial Knights first took their oath, Kale and Alya face their betrayer and their former allies who have been misled by promises of power and glory. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, they draw upon every ounce of strength and wisdom they have gained throughout their journey. The battle rages fiercely, the clash of lightsabers, and the surge of cosmic energies illuminating the night sky. Amidst the chaos, Kale and Alya reach out with empathy and understanding, offering their adversaries a chance at redemption. They plead with them to turn away from the path of darkness and embrace the light of harmony and peace. Chapter 33. The Dawn of a New Era. With the tide turned and their adversaries defeated or redeemed, Kale and Alya stand victorious once more. They reaffirm their commitment to the ideals of the Celestial Knights and the eternal quest for balance in the Force-like energy that binds all life together. The galaxy, weary from the trials and tribulations of conflict, rejoices in the return of peace and harmony. As they look out upon the stars from the rebuilt citadel of the Celestial Knights, Kale and Alya know that their journey is far from over. They continue to explore the mysteries of the Force-like energy, seeking to deepen their understanding and strengthen their bonds with the diverse peoples of the galaxy. The Celestial Knights enter a new era with renewed determination and optimism, guided by the lessons of their past and the promise of a brighter future. As they continue to uphold their sacred duty as guardians of harmony, Kale and Alya remain vigilant, knowing that the cycle of light and darkness in the cosmos is ever present and that their vigilance is the key to ensuring that peace endures for generations to come.